Today, I think that I found a big challenge with the maintenance because there is so much thing to learn, so much thing to do. And with this new company, suddenly to so much thing to implement.
Meet Thomas Tjoutis, maintenance manager at one of Wanhua Chemical Group's plants in France. He brings 6 years of expertise improving process reliability, developing new technologies, and leading with curiosity.
You thrive in there's a problem, we have to find a solution. A lot of people get frustrated in this line because you actually enjoy that part of dissecting what the issue is.
Most of the work I did for the process engineer was to find the trouble that we had on the process. So it was the job that we were asking me to do. So I needed to learn everything around this trouble to understand it and to have a solution.
Thomas Tjoutis is a maintenance manager at one of our production plants in France, where he leads a team of 16 people across mechanical, electrical, instrumentation, lifted, and other critical functions. His path to that role has been anything but linear, moving from organic chemistry and a PhD program into engineering, project management, process work, and eventually maintenance leadership here at Wanhua. Hi, Thomas. Good evening. My guest today is connecting all the way from France. His name is Thomas Tjoutis. He is our maintenance manager in one of our plants in France. And actually, this is our second take because we had some difficulties last time that we met. But I'm very excited that you're joining us today, Thomas. Like I told you before, I was trying to interview somebody from our team that was part of operations, and it's a little complicated here in the US because we do not have a plant here. But one of our marketing colleagues mentioned you. He said that you had a very interesting background, you were very smart, and when I met you, we don't work together. We thought you will be great for this episode of Inside Wanhua, where we're going to explore your career path and how curiosity has shaped your growth in the industry and has kept you moving, which is an important characteristic. As many of you are going to meet our team here at Wanhua, is a very important characteristic to have to work in this company, in this global, or for any global company really, is to keep that curiosity open-minded and able to adapt. So without further ado, I'll introduce you. Welcome, Thomas, to Inside Wanhua.
Thank you, Andreina, for this interview. Yes, I'm Thomas Jutis. I'm from France, and I'm in Wanhua in PDC Chemical since almost 1 year.
Thomas joined us with an acquisition of one of our most recent acquisition. He has been a very important piece of that transition and helping us keep moving forward. So, Thomas, we were talking offline, and you really haven't had a very linear career. You started with a bachelor's degree in chemistry, then you worked through your PhD, project management, process work. Can you walk me through how that evolution happened? Where did you started versus where you are today? Where were all those many paths that you took?
I did a master degree in chemistry. I wanted to know how works the microscopic thing. So I did a PhD on organic photovoltaic panel.
Very
It was a it was a great thing to me because I learned a lot of things, and I learned how it was difficult to find something when everything is wrong. So that was good. After that, I didn't really like the public shape of the work, to work in R&D in industry. Didn't find my way to do that. So I searched to do another thing, to have another abilities. And I did some planification for start, and just right after some project management in Total Energy. So I did that for 3 years. And after 3 years, I was kind of annoyed how it was working. I wanted to change. I had a big opportunity to become a process engineer in Vancorex. It was really difficult at start because I did not know what was a process engineer. It's like microscopic chemistry. I didn't know how it works. So I learned a lot from someone who explained me how the pump works, the pipe works. And at the end, I became technical manager of some process engineer and some production manager. So I think I did a great job at this time. And after that, there is some trouble in Vancorex, some liquidation, and Wanhua take everything, both us part of the workshop, or part of Vancorex. And at the end, they hire me as a project engineer first. For 3 months, and after that, I became manager that I man.
Some people don't embrace change that well, right? Change could sometimes be a little scary. It seems like through all those roles, where did you find out what is that characteristic that of a person who can switch from so many roles and do a good job at all of them? When do you discover that you actually thrive in that? Because a lot of people, like I said, they like to stay in their comfort zone, what they know, what they're really an expert, let's say, that they study for so long. When did you realize that actually like having all this different position was something that you were able to adapt? What drive you to, and how do you keep that mindset?
First, I wanted to be an expert because I did a PhD, but after that, I learned that I was annoyed every 3 to 4 years. I was annoyed about the job because I knew everything that people was asking to me, and it was quite difficult to learn new things. So it was frustrating for me from the start.
Because you already knew everything about that particular.
The particular job. I don't know everything about this kind of job, but the particular job. And after that, if we want to evolve, it takes time. So it's difficult to, and we learn less and less because we don't have to learn that much after that. So today, I think that I found a big challenge with the maintenance, a really big challenge because there is so much thing to learn, so much thing to do. And with this new company, so much thing to implement.
You mentioned that you like to learn every day something new. In fact, that was one of the reasons kind of why you decided to move away from R&D research, right? Because you already explore all of the unknowns, answer all of the questions, and then you move forward. That curiosity, can you share some example like right now in Wanhua where that has led or that flexibility has let you solve an actual practical problem? Like applying that mindset maybe in the maintenance position or maybe before that when you were in more in not operation but
The process.
yeah, and the process engineering part. How did that innate characteristic of curiosity and wanting to learn, because clearly if you're part of of the new Wanhua, there's something in you that it's very valuable here, and this is what Inside Wanhua is about, right? It's showcasing the people and the culture, their mindset that makes chemistry come to life. So can you give us an example of how you approach a recent issue with a recent obstacle with that curiosity and wanting to learn mindset?
Today, most of the work I did for the process engineer as a process engineer was to find the trouble that we had on the process. So it was kind of the job that we were asking to me to do, say, think what happened, and we don't know what happened. So I needed to learn everything around this trouble to understand it and to have a solution on it or not, or change everything. So it was at this time on the chlorine alkali workshop, and we had very old compressor. And the thing is, we needed to find a way to fiabilize compressor. So
You thrive in the okay, there's a problem, we have to find a solution. A lot of people get frustrated in this line, in this like from here to here, right? Because I don't know, you actually enjoy that part of dissecting what the issue is, testing, do it
yes,
again, like you
yes,
thrive in that. Okay, good. And as someone who has had many roles, how has that helped you shape your leadership position? Now you have 16 people under you reporting to you, right?
yes,
And I would imagine that being in so many different shoes per se or hats, right, has given you a wider view of leadership and
yes.
teams, right? What can you tell us about that? How has that shaped the type of leader that you are today?
When you don't know anything from start, you need to listen people. You need to listen what they have to tell, what you have to teach you. So at the end, you are just listening people. I think good manager today is listening the people. So it helped me to listen my team now. I don't want to give my opinion too fast, so I'm listening them, and after that, we can talk and we can find a way to do the maintenance, to find a solution, or to do some reliability on the maintenance in the maintenance.
That's an important skill. But like sometimes I need to improve that. You mentioned to me before that you had a mentor who played an important part in your career. It was somebody who pretty much taught you everything that they knew, right? That's exactly what a mentor is, and then kind of shape pave the way for you. And could you tell me a little more about this person? How does one find a mentor? Does the mentor finds you, or you actually saw this person and you're like, I want to be trained by, or a little bit of both? How did that happen, and how did that person had a positive impact in your career?
No, I think I can say that I had only one mentor. In each of my job, I had a mentor. I have the chance to have that. During the PhD, during the project management, the process, each time I found someone that in my head it was, oh, this guy is good. I want to know more from him. So I just my job. I was curious, asking questions. If the people in front of me want to teach, they became a mentor. If they don't want to teach, they will not become the mentor. So just be curious. It was just the curiosity, the work, the hard work. We need to show that we want to know, we want to learn, we want to do the job and a good job. And after it's like the water just flowing, and we have the connection between a student and a mentor.
What makes a good mentor about you? I think you mentioned it, which is a person who's willing to teach. Now you have, obviously, like I said, you're in a leadership position, and now you have people say, that report to you. Do you keep an open eye for somebody that you could mentor? Like, I already asked you what makes a good mentee, like a person that you will go and actually, at the end, it's time, right? Like that you put in teaching other people and being patient with them. And at the end, it's, aside from your job, then you're also putting some of your time to giving that person a piece of your knowledge, of your brain, of how you do stuff. Do you think that you take a similar position as the people who inspire you to be where you are today as a mentor with your team?
I think today I'm too young to be a mentor for someone. It's quite difficult to have that. So I'm just trying to help my team, everyone, on specific area where they are not really good or they need to improve. But that's it. Today I'm not this guy who knows very well his job because I'm just 1 year old. So I can't say that I can be a mentor for someone. But I'm trying. I'm trying.
Which is curiosity and growth. You said that curiosity has always been a part of you. What was little Thomas like when you were little, for lack of better word? What were some of those curiosity things that you like? I feel like every child has an innate curiosity that as they grow up, it's the adult's job to ignite that, right? Or to put it away. How was your childhood? How have your upbringings kept that curiosity flourishing?
I think it's I don't really remember, but I was always curious of everything. Wanted to do everything by myself. So my parents let me do it. I think I learned from that. And when I remember, it's maybe from my father. Sometimes he was just opening stuff, and I was just looking why he is opening. It was not working, and after that, it was working. So I say we can repair some stuff. We can just check how it works. So the curiosity come from that, and after that, I wanted to learn everything that people spoke. I wanted to understand what was that. So
I have seen that you said that your parents let you do stuff as a child, of course. And then when you get to a company and to a job, it's very important for companies to understand that, I think, as well, to let their employees. So there's certain, obviously, processes and rules that people have to follow. So we're a huge global company, but I don't know how it's in France, but and we are a Chinese company, right? And in these other places, we probably operate with a smaller capacity that they do in China with people. And so I think that it's a good thing, right? If you focus on the positive, because you are pretty much let to explore. Would you agree? If we go to the more cultural part, what is it to work for a Chinese company in France?
So they let us work as friends. So we have a lot of autonomy, and we try to go in the way that they want, they see, but it's kind of difficult. But at the end, it's that's what is good. It's that we are working in a different way, but in the same direction.
What do you think Wanhua does well culturally that helps people from different backgrounds work together effectively?
They try to let some space to people. They learn about it because it's difficult to not force the culture, but they want us to be French company. They want to us, so it's good because they let our culture, our mindset to express.
Okay. So adaptability, like meeting in the middle.
Yes.
What does staying curious mean to this stage in your career? Going back to the curiosity, do you think you reach a point where you're like, this is it? This is where I'm going to stay? Or do you think that Thomas will continue to explore new paths? Are you hungry to learning more?
I'm hungry to learn more every time.
I'm hungry to learn more every
But
time.
I need to, I'm just, I know process, I know maintenance, but I don't know finance, I don't know regulation, I don't know anything. So, so much for me to do.
Yeah. So much you need to be all well rounded.
Yes.
All right, Thomas. I think that this covers all of our points that I had in mind. Thank you for sharing your study today. Anything else that you want to say about working here at Wanhua?
No, it's a great opportunity. I think it's something that I needed, a new way to work, a new point of view, and I'm really happy to work for Wanhua today.
I think one thing that they do very well is that they're very passionate about work culture. It's a big deal. Some people might take that as a negative, but at the end of the day, we do come to, we spend certain hours of our time at a job. And it's really nice that when you come, you have people who are inspired and passionate about what they're doing. And that kind of energy, I think, mixing with, of course, with the other cultures where we're conducting business, meeting that in the middle. I think that that's what makes Wanhua really great globally. There's people from Wanhua from all over the world with all sorts of background in Latin America and Europe, here in North America. So thank you for joining us today, second time around.
Thank you very much for the second time, and
All
I
right.
hope there is no third.
Hopefully this time will work this time. All right, Thomas. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks for joining me on Inside Wanhua, the series where we go beyond the lab to get to know the people who bring innovation to life at a growing global company. Because real innovation happens when culture and chemistry connect. And for more episodes of Inside Wanhua, visit our YouTube channel. And you can also connect with me, Andreina Dewendt, on LinkedIn. I love to hear your stories about innovation in the chemical industry. See you next time on Inside Wanhua.